Hello there everybody, and welcome back to another episode of An Ecologist Plays Grounded, where we are learning more about the undergrowth and the ecology thereof by playing this amazing game. Now, we are just popping in here to Burgle, and we are going to give him the Burgle chip from the stump. And now we should be able to buy the jewels, the different jewels, as well as sturdy upgrades. And we are just going to buy all of the things. And our mission for today is Castle Mordock. And I have built a bridge over to Castle Mordock, and you can kind of see that over there. We are going to be heading there today. So this is going to be a spoiler episode. If you don't want to see that, I suggest first playing the game, finishing that, and then coming back to view the video. Now, before we head over to Castle Mordock, I am going to upgrade my one black ox hammer to level 8 sour, and that is going to be very useful for the fight we are going to have today. Our second step is to come and collect Dr. Tully here from the Java-matic.
I concur.
And then our quarry is Castle Mordock, which is way over there. Now, preparation for the fight that is to happen in there would be that obviously I am wearing my full roly-poly armor set, fully repaired. I also have got a level 8 sour black ox hammer. I also have my black ox crossbow with 40 sour arrows, just in case. I've got my Thor's pendant, which will be useful as well, and a whole bunch of smoothies also. And of course, Dr. Tully is following us, and we need him to actually initiate the fight. Now, I had gotten rid of most of these tiger mosquitoes. However, there's still one here, and I don't want him knocking us off the bridge. So I'm just going to quickly get rid of him. Alrighty. And then it is time to just jump down here. We are going to go down here, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But first, we're going to hop along here and hit this button here. Huh. Okay, can't recall ever hearing a cackle like that in my life. And then right at the top here, there is a scabby as well, the Mordock scabby. And if you come to this side, right at on the platform at the top here, there's a molar as well. And right at the top there is one of a few moths that will spawn. And we are just going to quickly get rid of her. And of course, now there's a mosquito as well. Now, this moth and that mosquito was a lethal combination. But now that it's just the moth, it is actually quite easy. So let's have a look here at the moth. Now, this here, I'm not sure whether this is a male or female, but it definitely isn't a species that actually is in existence. Now, you'll see on the forewings here, it has got 2 spots here. Those are eye spots, usually used to try and direct predators' attention away from the actual head so that they rather attack the wings, thinking that's the head, I must attack it, or to appear larger with a big face, or in some cases to startle. In many cases, these eye spots are actually on the hind wings and would be covered by the forewings when the moth is resting. And then if you get too close, they flick open their forewings, revealing these big eyes looking at you. And that can, in some cases, be quite startling and actually keep predators away from them. Now, moths and butterflies are very closely related, and their closest other relatives would be lacewings. And those are, of course, the same group that the antlions belong to, the Neuroptera. Now, moths and butterflies, the Lepidoptera meaning scale wing, because their wings, as you can see here, are covered by a dense layer of scales. And these scales will contain the color pigments, but as you can see over here as well, will refract sunlight in a certain way to give it a certain appearance. Now, this coloration that you get from the structure of the wing rather than the actual pigments in the wing is what we call structural coloration. But in any case, we have finally killed our first moth over here. This was not a nice fight. I really didn't like it because of that very, very irritating mosquito and Dr. Tully getting in the way. So come on, Dr. Tully. No, you're not going to show me the way. You're just going to follow me. And now that we have done that, let's now descend into this area down below.
This isn't one of mine.
Interesting, okay. Not one of yours, Dr. Tully.
We need to talk before you go inside.
And now, this is the reason we have dragged Mr. Raisin over here along with us, or Dr. Raisin, sorry.
My suspicions were correct. This lab is not one of mine.
So all the labs we had been doing in the yard were those of Dr. Tully. This one is not.
I knew it! Schmector has been spying on me this whole time. Classic Schmector.
So time to confront
Now,
Director
what do we
Schmector.
have here? Standard armament security door? Ha! Child's play. No offense, of course. It's now or never. Are you
Yes,
okay?
let's ready.
Let's get
We're ready. Let's go.
Hello, this is Virgil Science Lab. Virgil speaking. Could I interest you in some grills?
Virgil, I need you to hack into an armament security door for me. I'm sending you the coordinates now.
Oh, Dr. Tully, at once. Entering Falcon protocol mode. Decoding manual password reset at Omninent Terminal K321B. Stand by. Hacking. Hacking. Still hacking.
Perhaps if you had replaced that grilling function with something more useful, we would not be waiting all day for...
I'm in. Username. Schmector D. Password. Schmector the Director.
Schmector the Director. Oh my word. And we are under attack. Okay, hello. And of course, with these being orc ants, Dr. Tully will be attacking them as well with his little glowing orb. Now these orc receivers will be very useful later on. In one of our in the last episode, I think we are going to be using them, so may as well grab them already. And so here we have a whole bunch of these fire ants, some of them dead, most of them alive, with little orc receivers on their heads. And so this is very much like hijacking the mind of the ants, like the Ophiocordyceps fungus will be doing as well. Okay, so obviously pushing this button will start the fight. Let's see, we've got lasers there. Lasers there, lasers kind of everywhere. Doors here, okay, so things are going to come walking through here. Okay, there's something happening with these lasers, okay. These ones... this looks like a safe-ish spot. There's a laser here, probably shooting in that direction. So laser here, I suspect this will be moving up and down. There's laser there shooting in that direction. So I think this may actually be the safest spot. And I guess there's nothing for it. We have to activate.
Bravo, bravo. So the lab rats have finally reached the end of the maze.
Yes, we have. And we are not scared of you.
Not alone, I see.
It looks very much like a sentient robot mouse.
Pulling the strings from behind the scenes as always, Dalton. You gutless coward! Why don't you meet us here? Face to face!
Poor Wendell. Lost your job, Trudy's left you, took the kids too, left you with nothing but your work.
At least I'm not experimenting on children!
Oh, but isn't that just what you've been doing? Hiding in your little garden and using these children to fight your battles for you because you never fight them yourself? You were pathetic before I fired you. Look at you now. You're nothing. Just a shriveled, sad raisin.
Right, nobody insults Dr. Tully and gets away with it. Attack!
Stay right there, and this will all be over before you know it.
Okay, Director Dalton, let's quickly direct the Schmector here. He is weak to busting and sour. Luckily, we have a sour black ox hammer. And resistant to pretty much everything else. Okay. So this means, let's have a look here what he does. Okay, so there's a shocky.
Please.
Okay, and a little orb he throws. Great.
I don't feel anything. I'm getting tired.
Oh, that looks like lasers. Yes.
Energy.
Oh, okay. So that's what those things do. They shoot glowing orbs. Okay, well, you're not going to be hiding from me, you little evil person. Oh, hello there. Spooters. The male orb weavers, of course. Also popping in. Hello, Director Schmector. Well, you're a robot, you can't feel anything. Of course you're not feeling anything. Almost halfway, which means things are probably going to get a little bit more hectic now. Ah, I see, there are the lasers. Interesting. This is probably the safest spot to hide. We are a kid after all, you can't expect us to constantly fight when we are, children. Typical Dr. Tully. We are fighting for our lives, and he wants to devour a billy hog. Like, why? We are nearing the end. Wait a minute. What did I just see? Look at this. His status is annoyed, and it says, wait a minute, why are you reading this? Unless you know to look for this or accidentally go and read this, you're never going to know that on Director Schmector, there's a little bit of a note there going, wait, why are you reading this? It's the small things in life, you know. This should be it. And that is indeed it. Now just wait for the orbs to be done. Okay. Went better than I expected, not as good as I had hoped. Went through quite a lot of my smoothies. But at least Director Schmector here is, well, no longer with us. And that is a victory. Now you need to defeat him in order to actually unlock the good ending and the 100% that we are gunning for.
Oh, it seems you've been a busy bee, Dalton.
Yes, Dalton has been very busy.
Everything about what you've been up to. Who knows what secrets Ominent is hiding?
Okay, so Project Orc obviously was controlling the ants and those things with the, Orc receivers with those little antennae. Spacer replication, interesting. And beginning research, obviously grow big again. Raisening serum, of course, very important to not become raisins. The teen trial, so there's the incriminating evidence right over there that he had been experimenting on teens to, get rid of raisening. And a whole bunch of other interesting things, but look here, the humongous, and there's 0 megabytes in this. So this is one hadn't been worked on properly yet by him. But I wonder whether this is perhaps a teaser for some kind of DLC one day. One can only hope. Because, I wouldn't mind playing a Grounded 2, for example. Woo, that would be awesome. And now that we have defeated Director Schmector, we automatically have access to the Supreme Whetstone and the Supreme Plating, which means we will now be able to take up our armor to level 9 without having to go and find a whole bunch of Supreme Marble Shards, for example. And that's quite awesome. Now, just a quick reminder that until the end of January, I'll only have 1 video per week, and then from February onwards, again, 2 videos per week. I also have currently the poll up on my YouTube page, where you can vote for which game you would like to see an ecologically based video on next, or series on next, after Grounded. So we are nearing the end of Grounded. However, I'll not be able to finish it as yet because I want to get 100% for it, and there are quite a few things I do still need to do in order to do that. But thank you once again for tuning in and watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. We managed to defeat Director Schmector. Yay! And we also fought our first moth, along with a tiger mosquito, which was, of course, not a fun experience. So join me again next week for the next episode of An Ecologist Plays. And until then, everybody, stay safe. I will see you all soon.